Each of us has lived moments that, but for the grace of good fortune, could have been catastrophic for ourselves or a loved one. Dr. Edward Nishoff became paraplegic after a diving accident. He was 20.
I think becoming disabled is in many ways similar to having someone very close to you die. There's a profound sense of grief at the time of the loss. It takes time and perseverance for that hurt to go away. And if someone is able to persevere, I think the time will come again when they're able to feel good about themselves and the life that they lead.
On the eve of Mother's Day, Doug McLain was thrown from his motorcycle and fractured his spinal cord. He was taken to Receiving Hospital, where doctors operated.
I don't remember anything about the accident. I vaguely remember getting picked up in the ambulance. No, that's about it. I can't remember much about it. But I do remember realizing that I couldn't move at all, and I couldn't feel anything.
One of the most important tasks I have is to try and dispel these misconceptions they have that their misery will be unending. I think that is the fundamental cause of heartbreak for many people, and my position is that this is a transition, a profound loss from which someone can recover and redefine themselves.
Sheriff Burdell?
After a week at Receiving, Doug was moved to RIM, the Rehabilitation Institute of Michigan. Doug's spinal fracture was incomplete, so he retained some feeling in his legs.
I don't even entertain the thought that he's never going to walk again. He's got the will, he's got the desire, and he works hard. He wants to work hard. The doctors originally said 10 to 20% chance of recovery, and I kind of figure the way I look at it is somebody's got to make up those 10 to 20s, and I think he's going to be one of them.
What do you want to work on while you're here?
To walk.
To walk?
I'm walking out of here.
All right, at this point, I can't really tell you if you're going to be able to walk, but I'm going to show you a lot of things you can do on a wheelchair level.
This is Doug's first day of therapy at RIM. RIM is regarded as one of the nation's leading hospitals for rehabilitative medicine, both for research and patient care.
All right, very good.
Gabrielle Stowes is a senior therapist.
Not so bad.
Not so bad?
I try to establish trust with my patients from day one when I meet them.
Push over, okay?
And educate him that it's gonna get better.
Okay? That was very good.
We do motivate our patients a lot, and it's more like the belief in themselves. We kind of like strengthen that a lot here too, beside muscles and everything. I also show people that they get a second chance, because everybody who had a spinal cord injury could have died too, because it's such a severe injury.
3 evenings a week, a group of former RIM patients work out together at the hospital. Almost all are paraplegic because of gun violence. Mario Dixon was shot 13 years ago.
My thing is I want to be independent as possible, and that's one thing this hospital has taught me, and I know every other patient that's come through here is try to be as independent as you can. Do everything that you can for yourself.
The therapists at RIM challenge their patients to be self-reliant.
And once you get them up, turn those back down.
At the same time, family members are encouraged to become part of the recovery process.
You okay?
I think I need everybody right now. This is too much. This is too much to take on by myself. This is a big one.
After a week of therapy, Doug came down with an infection and, for the first time, felt disheartened.
I haven't lost any, faith about recovery yet, but I get frustrated. I have a couple times already, especially when it comes to having a lot of pain, that really, really gets on you.
Right now, I'm staying in a 2-family flat apartment, and where I scoot up 25 stairs to get into my house. How I am, I make it happen. I do what I have to do because as it stands today, I've maneuvered my way around any situation.
Weusi Alasola was considered one of the best high school prospects in the nation before he was shot 4 times in the chest. He has now been in a wheelchair more years than not.
It'll be 17 years for me coming up this August. And I refer to it as my 17th birthday, and it's kind of like being born again because, you experience life on one level, as an able-bodied person, and then all of a sudden, boom, you have this injury, that happens to you, and then life starts again from a new perspective, so having to learn to accept myself. We truly come to represent the reality, what happens out here, because, a lot of times, actually most of the time when you get shot, guess what? You don't die.
Weusi and Mario are the leaders of a RIM outreach program called Pioneers for Peace. It seeks to educate young people about the effects of gun violence.
One of the things about youngsters, they know when you're for real and when you're not, and one thing when we go before anyone, we speak totally from the heart. For us to have the determination to do what we do, to maintain a certain level of independence, and that means there's really no excuse for y'all.
In general, people with an incomplete injury, just about everybody gets better. How about if I support back here? Can you kick your foot up in the air off the bed?
Yeah, about an inch.
One more time. All right.
About 6 weeks after his accident, Doug was able to move both of his legs slightly.
Push up, push up, push up. Okay, good.
A hopeful sign
Bring your leg forward.
and therapeutic opportunity.
Like that. There we go. How does that feel?
Not bad.
I'm just going to move this forward a little bit, okay?
Doug's therapist intensified his training for the possibility of walking.
Going down, right?
Yeah. Ooh. All right. Very good. That is progress in therapy. At that moment when they improve and they're able to do something, I see them actually 1 or 2 weeks ahead already. So I'm actually a person I think a lot in the future.
Doug was now a month away from going home. A RIM therapist evaluated how his house could better accommodate his disability, at whatever level that disability might be.
Hope for the best, but be prepared for whatever may happen. And I think that gives people a way to think about things that is comforting and at the same time realistic.
Okay. Small steps.
Well, I think we really ought to give the therapist their due and acknowledge that the people who work here
Okay. Not too far.
really have to have a deep sense of optimism
Do you think you're gonna walk back?
Sure.
It's gonna
about life's possibilities
good.
and that resilience of the human spirit.
Okay. Now hold on. How are you doing? Okay. You gotta come down too, though.
kept saying, I'm walking again. I wasn't stating a fact in the beginning, I was stating a desire. At the end, it was a fact. I'm walking out of here. I didn't know if that was ever going to really happen. And not in 2 months.
There, very good.
Not only did I physically walk out of there,
That was an accomplishment.
but they gave me the confidence that said, I can go home and I can live on my own. So that's pretty amazing.